15.1 degrees. Fortunately, Barbara won the weather competition this morning between us. So, yeah, okay, it looks like I'm making the cup of tea in the morning for Barbara, let's put it that way. In the meantime, I tell you what, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today absolutely elated because we're catching up with a very, very good friend of ours coming out of Nashville. But first of all, I want to welcome everybody along that's following us on Facebook right now. So very, very nice to have you on board. It really, really is. If you're a first-time viewer, why not do this? Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we do have important people like Re Mattei. Oh gosh, it's good to see that again. It really, really is. She's in the house. She's going to be joining us. And, well, why not subscribe? That's what the sub is, right? Yeah, become part of the family. We call it the noise here at Galaxy simply because it is growing exponentially every day. It gets louder and louder, and we hear you. We do. All through your texts, your emails, your phone calls, everything like that. We take it on board, everything you require, as much as we can anyway. Thumb, you know what to do with that, right? Get epileptic with it. Go on, give it that double, treble, dare you. And so I'm going to get right into it without further ado. And we're going to say, you know, we've got Re Mattei, we've got the reworked Re Mattei, and now we got the Galaxy reworked Re Mattei. Here is Bump, Bump, Bump.
And now, it's time for a classic.
The hits just keep on coming. Here we go again.
Galaxy FM.
Woke up after 7 years in a
Dear. It's really hard to do with that. I would just put in a brand new mic stand because my last one was about 35 years old and died. Everybody's saying, great, you have antiques here. I think anything over 2 years is an antique compared to some of these people.
Yeah.
Now, do I have to do something here to... Oh, look at that. We've got Anita joining us. Nice to have you on board, Anita, coming out of Sheffield in the UK. Believe me. Re, you would love this lady. She has a fantastic voice and a fantastic band. Of course, we're going to be interviewing her better half very shortly, who has another band as well. So, believe me, it's going to be fun to do. So excited to see you, my friend.
Great to be here.
Now, we're doing Bump, Bump, Bump right now simply because, and we sort of, the boys in production, they like to play with music from time to time, and it just gives it new energy, you know what I mean? And people have been requesting it like crazy. We've been playing it in the breakfast show quite a bit lately, you know, and that's not easy to do.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
You're back.
That makes me so happy.
Re, you are back. You really are. Donnie Coulter's in board as well. The Creatures of Condition is watching. Absolutely. Nice to have you on board, Donnie.
Anthony Liguri.
Anthony Liguri. Really?
Yes.
Honestly, bro, you're going to have to send me one of those hats.
Franco Nanucci.
Franco's on board. Nice to have you on board. We are going to go live with Re Mattei very, very shortly. And, you know, guys, I'm so happy to see Re again. I really, really am. And I've got a couple of sticky questions for her this time around. She might be surprised. Because after this, of course, we're going to go You Got Two Wheels. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
The last time I spoke to Re Mattei, she says, Grant, would you like to bump? I went, yeah, absolutely. And, well, if we're going to be bumping, I want to do it to bump, bump, bump. I really do. Welcome back to Galaxy, Re.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Oh, believe me, it has been a while, and all I can say is, where the hell have you been?
Yeah, I've been around, Grant. I've been around.
Well, believe me, it's always a pleasure to have you join us, and I kind of missed you. I really, really have, because believe me, you're such a bright, bubbly person. But there's something different now. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think, yeah, there was definitely a different hairstyle. What happened?
And it's real, Grant. It's real. Well, COVID came, and for a while there, my hair stylists would come outside and do my hair, and then it got just too darn cold. And I'm like, that's it. And so I decided to grow out the asymmetrical that I had had since 2013 and do some lawn locks for a while. So
I get it. I really do. Believe me, I like it in the winter time as well. It's the talented scarf. I've got to be honest with you now, Re. I do have a number of questions for you, but first of all, let's go back down the bump road and remind our listeners about the lyrics. How did you come to the lyrics of this?
So it's really interesting because actually I've been through a really bad breakup. And originally I made it like a real party song, and I took it to the promoters, and they were like, we want this to be a little more of your story. So I got together with Danielle Todd, and I said, okay, I'm going to tell you my whole story of my life. So I had to tell her with the divorce. So that was an interesting, hour and a half. And then we kind of rewrote some of the lyrics and then came up with this song. And, it's still a fun song, but it tells a true story of my life.
I'm kind of a little worried about watching the ring going around and around and around and down the hole. That's a lot of money going down the drain. I would have taken it to the pawn shop myself. But, different folks, different strokes, I suppose. Now, Reed, believe me, I do have a number of questions for you. And fan question is, first of all, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
I do. I respond myself. I do my own social media. So, and I've chosen to keep it that way just because I feel like I have a better connection with people and I really get to know the people that listen to my music. And so I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, TikTok. I'm pretty much everywhere.
Now, Simon, coming out of Palermo, Italy, is asking, do you have a website? Do you have merch? Can I go and buy some product?
Yes, actually, thank you for asking. You can go to remattei.com. It's REMATTEI.com, and that's my website. It'll pop up a box where you can actually join my email list, so you'll know when I'm playing different places and everything. And then it has my merch on there. It has CDs you can buy if you still want to purchase the CD, or you can download the songs on your favorite, music platform, Apple, wherever it is.
Very, very cool. So there you go, Simon. Just go and get yourself some product. I double, triple dare you. And of course, you might be lucky too. If you say that Galaxy sent you, you never know, you might get a signed photo or something of Re Mattei saying, thank you for the Galaxy. Anyway, moving on, my friend. Believe me, it's been a while. It really, really has. But I do have to let you know, I have a couple of Harleys. Okay. One of them is a 1340 Fat Boy, the other one is a Roadster. I do go out and ride them all the time, but I use, safety equipment. Of course, I put on the skid lid and put my jacket on and my pants and boots and everything like that and dress appropriately for the road. So I do have a set of two wheels. But
awesome. I did not know that.
I want to know where I would fit into a tank top.
Well, can you fit into a tank top?
I've never tried.
Wondering?
I've never tried. Literally, well, it's in the song, you got two wheels, I got a tank top. What am I going to do with a tank top?
Just put your wife on the back and put her in the tank top.
That's why I got another bike.
I think you should try it. I think you would look awesome in a tank top.
Well, there's a backstory to that I can't tell you on air, to be very honest with you. But I do have one artist coming out of Canada. I sent him a photo of something. He said, that's the next album cover. Literally, believe me. It was, wasn't in a tank top, I got to admit, but it wasn't too far from it. Let's put it that way. And Barbara's telling everybody anyway. It was a dress.
Photo.
Barbara took the photo.
Oh, I need to see this photo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, you might have to talk nicely to Barbara and, yeah. Believe me, Grant in a dress. It has happened. It was a dare, okay? It was one of these nights where we used to, way back in the day, the reason why we actually do these interviews, Re, is simply because back in the day, Barbara and I were doing a Monday night show called Skype Party Monday. We would get all our friends involved and we'd be kicking back a few suds, you know what I mean? And getting,
Right.
But it was getting more and more and more involved every time we did it. Literally, not only with the amount of people, but what the whole deal was happening. It was, I mean, there was some very, very precarious moments there that I should have had a camera, but the sights you see when you don't have one is just freaky, it really is. But the bosses were saying, listen, Grant, you can't be doing this on air, getting drunk. You just can't. It's not good for our image. But they liked the idea of the interactiveness between the Skype and everything, so they said, listen, if you can come up with an idea about how to be able to involve the Skype to air without getting drunk, then we were interested in looking at it. So Barbara and I put our heads together and came up with, of course, doing indie artist interviews, like pretty much what we're doing now. And for 9 years now we've been doing these, and absolutely loving the response. In fact, when we first started, we thought between Barbara and I, we might get about 10 people watch, listen, you know. Yeah, I'll let you know how many are online right now when we finish this, because believe me, I think you'll be very, very surprised. As I said, every country, English-speaking country in the world, and some that aren't, so believe me, there's a lot of people out there. I'll give you how many countries, how many cities, and then I'll give you how many tuned in. But first of all, tell me about, you got 2 wheels and I got a tank top.
So I wrote this song with Michael Shepard, and I wanted to write a song that would be a fun summer song, you know, that people would just like want to get out and ride or just whatever they do. And so it's just about this girl that goes into this coffee shop and she sees this guy, and it's not the normal kind of guy that she would normally be with, but there's this instant connection. And then she thinks, oh, I'll just hop on the back, and it's just a love story. It's like a modern day love story, and it has a happy ending, and it's just a positive song, and I just felt like we needed a positive song for the summer.
You know, I get it. I love the track, and it's getting a lot of requests right now. It's 1,741 requests, and we're playing it in the Breakfast Show. I don't think we're getting through a Breakfast Show without it. Playing it just recently, and I've got to be honest, Reed, it is making a huge impact around the world. So you're a superstar too, by the way. You really, really are. So without further ado, officially, let's release this to the world. Here is Re Mattei, and you got 2 wheels. I got a tank top. You're right here at Galaxy. Good morning. Oh, William Hughes is watching. William Odell Hughes. Nice to have you on board, brother man.
We have Langley Jackson too. Have the Hillside Outlaws got any more music? And Mike Butcher, thank you for reaching out last night.
Absolutely. Nice to have everybody on board. And believe me, I'm very, very fascinated because we have a very, very good friend of ours, Re Mattei, is joining us. And love Re. I really, really do. Now, Re, I've got to ask you, anything new coming out in the near future?
Yes, funny you should say that, because I'm having my exclusive debut of my video for the song You Got 2 Wheels, and it's going to be on YouTube. It's a special exclusive premiere, and if you go to at Re Mattei 1695, or just look under Re Mattei for YouTube, and you'll see it premiere, and you can click on the little bell, and you'll get notified. But it's going to be Sunday, August 20th in the States. Tennessee time would be 3 p.m., which is Central Standard Time.
Hold on, are you telling me you've been around since 1695?
No, You know, it's funny.
That
That's my joke.
That explains why early memories of your stories of your mother playing a violin as a child, that explains how you remember that. You were there when she was a kid.
That's right. You know, they froze me for a while.
Ah, cryos. I get you.
Yeah, cryo. Cryo is always a good thing.
Now,
Now,
Ree, I got to be honest with you. You're a hero of mine. Okay, you're in the medical profession. I don't know whether you're a nurse or a doctor. I couldn't quite ascertain that, or maybe you're both.
I'm a nurse practitioner.
See what I mean?
It is a little bit of both, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But I have a lot of respect for people in the medical profession, and you know, when you asked your mum about those people on the radio, what they did for a living, and that's they do it, the reality is they also go out and work, don't they?
Yeah, especially at this stage in my career, you know, that's how I keep everything going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got less than a minute to go before we... How many countries are tuned in?
169.
169 countries tuned in right now.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
3,400.
That's amazing. Oh, I wanted to tell you something,
Yep.
and you can share it on the air if you want to, but I wanted to share with you that you were my Virgin radio station for playing You Got Two Wheels, but Barbara had contacted me and told me, and I started crying. That was the first time I heard my song live on the radio. So thank you. That means so much to me.
Okay, I usually start crying when Barbara talks to me as well, I understand. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
We know that we won't stop.
Oh, it's so lovely.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and it didn't do it, so we better do it, right? Thank you. What do we pay these guys for? Come on, they've got to be onto it more than that, okay? Really. Today we're talking to Re Mattei, and we are about to wrap this up, but we did get to release You Got Two Wheels. Sorry that it ended up in tears, though. I hope it was happy tears.
Yes, it was. I'm just grateful. And I love you guys so much, and you've been playing my stuff. It means so much to me, and I'm very thankful. Thank you so much.
Well, Ree, you are part of the family, and you always have since way back in the day, and it would be remiss of us if we didn't look after our family members first, you know what I mean? And when this new music come out, I'm always excited, especially out of your studios. Now, where did you get this recorded?
This was done in Nashville at High Ridge Studios with producer Bart Kersley. He's done a lot of producing, Big and Rich, a lot of people. He allows me to co-produce, which is I'm very grateful for. He's just a great guy and has been in the business a long time, so I'm grateful to him. He's wonderful to work with, and the studio is very relaxing and nice. So the album will be coming out the end of November, so I'm excited about that. It's going to be called Believin' Is Sayin', and I'll have a couple more releases coming out before the end of the year.
Does that mean to say that you're going to subject yourself to a bit of me again?
I hope so.
I would really, really love to be able to release new music for you. Kind of, you know, takes care of the next question I had for Ree. It is so very, very nice to know that she is going to be coming back again and releasing new music. Real smooth Pinot Noir mixed with a little dirt and an ice cube. I didn't know you used ice cubes in Pinot Noir.
You know, sometimes it's just so hot you have to. That's all I gotta say.
Well, okay. All right. Well, you know, me, I'm a Coke and ice kind of guy myself. You know, I don't drink per se. I gave up drinking a long time ago. Basically, when we were almost fired for doing it on air. True story. So believe me, Barbara and I both gave up drinking way back then, but okay, it's nice for people who may be a little hot and need a Pinot Noir with a bit of ice in it. Is it crushed or cubed?
Cubed.
Right, okay. All right, otherwise it's bordering on becoming something like a, I don't know.
Slushy. Slushy.
A slushy.
A slushy, yeah, okay, fair enough. I was thinking more like sex on the beach or something like that.
You
know,
would.
well, you know, what's those coconut drinks that they have? Yeah, well, anyway, moving on. I do have a couple of things I would like to talk to you about after we do this, and we will wrap it up very, very shortly, and would very dearly love to have you back again with enough music, new music, to be able to do a full interview. Literally, we would love to be able to do that. Having said that, please hang in there because Barbara's going to take some photos. Some of the staff are going to rush all the monitors, take photos. You'll get a copy of pretty much everything. But the question I have is, have you ever been a cartoon before?
No, I never have, but it's been one of my dreams to be a cartoon.
Well,
I thought about doing a video as a cartoon. Can I be one today?
Yeah, the day's come. I'm sorry, Barbara's going to turn you into a cartoon somewhere amongst this as well. So believe me, she does it to me all the time. Really does. You know something, in true story, I was in a little city not too far from here, and by sheer chance I walked into a supermarket, went and bought a few products, and I'm standing there at the counter. This lady before me is staring at me, a little old lady, and she smiles, and you sort of, you know how you be sociable, you give a smile and a nod, you know, you recognise her, and she's staring and staring at her, sort of like, what the heck is going on here? And she looked at me and she deadpan face said, you look nothing like your cartoon.
Ah!
I mean, how random is that? In a strange city of all places, really, it really did happen. So, you know, anything can happen in this world, it really, really can. And it has today, because Re Mattei has come home to Galaxy and is going to come back again in the near future. Re, please take care, stay safe. Nice to see you got through that pandemic period thing too, whatever that was about. But we would love to have you back, okay?
I would love to come back. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very, very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, hang in there, because very, very shortly we're going to Saskatoon and catching up with Lucian, Blaine and Morgan from the band Truth and Agony. Don't go too far. That's just after 11 o'clock. But in the meantime, have a very happy and successful day from me. It's Happy Radio, everyone.